Hello, friends. What if your life path was already written before you took your first step? As the canoe glides by well-laid fields and smoke spirals from village hearths, the scene feels organized, quietly structured. There's a rhythm in how people live, speak, even walk. The age of fluid roles is fading. In its place, the Vedic world begins drawing sharper lines around duty, age, identity, and purpose. Welcome to the age of Varnas and ashramas. In earlier times, roles were loosely defined. A warrior could be a priest, a herder might become a seer. But now, as society grows complex and hierarchies settle in, a new order takes root, one not based solely on talent, but birth. Let's start with Varnas, the four broad social classes described in the Purusha Sukta, a hymn from the later Rig Veda. The tale is mythical. The universe is created from the cosmic being, Purusha. From his mouth came the Brahmins, the priests and teachers. From his arms, the Kshatriyas, the warriors and rulers. From his thighs, the Vaishyas, the traders and farmers. And from his feet, the Shudras, the servants and laborers. A poetic metaphor? Maybe, but one that carried serious consequences. Over time, these symbolic divisions solidified into a rigid social hierarchy. Your Varna began to define your duties, rights, and expectations. Who could learn the Vedas? Who could perform rituals? Who could rule? It was all increasingly pre-decided. But this wasn't just about society, it was also about individual life. Enter the ashrama system, a four-stage journey through life's duties. You start as a brahmachari, a celibate student devoted to learning and discipline. Then comes the grihastha, the householder, who marries, raises a family, and supports society. Later in life, one might become a vanaprastha, the forest dweller, gradually withdrawing from worldly affairs. And finally, the sannyasi, the renouncer, detached from possessions and ego, seeking spiritual liberation. Taken together, Varna and ashrama created a kind of life map, a way to balance individual growth with social order. Do your duties well, and you uphold dharma, the sacred law that keeps the universe running. This wasn't just morality. Dharma was cosmic engineering. But here's the interesting twist. Dharma was flexible. It wasn't one size fits all. A king's dharma was to protect. A teacher's dharma was to guide. A student's dharma was to question. A farmer's dharma was to nurture the land. Everyone had a thread to hold, and if each held it firmly, the fabric held strong. Of course, not everyone agreed. Some thinkers challenged the rigidity. Others asked whether duty without wisdom was still sacred. These debates would grow louder in the Upanishads. But for now, the early framework was in place. The system had beauty, purpose, clarity, and spiritual depth. But it also had a shadow, injustice. When birth began to outweigh merit, cracks formed. The ideal was harmony. The reality? Often inequality. That tension would echo through Indian history for centuries. Still, for many, this structure offered meaning in chaos. It gave life direction, anchored it in ritual and responsibility. It told every person, you belong, you have a role, you matter. And what upheld all of this? Not armies or scrolls, words, the spoken word, the sacred chant, the mantra whispered at dawn, the verse memorized by firelight, the formula passed from teacher to student like a divine inheritance. Because next time, we explore how language itself became sacred, how sound and silence shaped the universe. Coming up, the power of the word, mantras and brahmanas, language as a cosmic force. Because in the Vedic world, to speak was to shape reality.